he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. For those of y'all that's been following the channel, you know we've been putting in a ton of hours on this custom 62 Comet project of ours. Well, when I left you on the last video, I was doing some sheet metal work on the front end. Well, I did finish that, and like I say, cutting this and doing the left and the right side was the way to go. It made it so much easier, and everything fit together very nicely in my opinion. Now that we've got that, I mean there's a bunch of little filler stuff we're going to have to do, come up with some kind of filler panel here and whatnot, but that's the little stuff. So let's go ahead and tackle the big stuff that we need to get accomplished. We need to get the bumper mounted up, and in doing that we're going to have to make some type of filler panel that'll come out here to go up under the bumper, and then we need to come up with a design for some type of grill. So first things first, let's get the bumper up there and see about where we want to put it. Alright, I got the bumper just sitting up there. Got a bungee cord and two muffler stands holding it. That'll work. But I think that's where I want to get it. Because, I mean, no brainer. It's got to be out past the headlights. And it just is right there. But one thing I just found out, this bumper's been a lot worse than what I thought it is. I've got it sitting up there, and you can see where it lines up right there. And it's sitting flat against there, flat against there. But look at this side. See how much further back that is? Because of this bend right there. Let me snatch this bumper off and get it straightened up. Then we'll get it back up there and make us some mounts and such for it. Right, got the bumper on there. I don't think it's going anywhere. Went ahead and made the braces, welded it, done, and y'all be proud of me. Even bought some stove head bolts to go in it. Yeah, we're big timing it now. Alright, now next thing I need to do is make some fillers. This right here, that is one big gap, no doubt. Let me get y'all a little closer, you can see better. Alright, this is what I'm talking about right here. Yeah, that's quite a gap. Not sure how I'm going to do that. I mean, I'm going to do it with some metal, obviously, but the difference is this being higher than this. If I could have brought this up here, it would have been fine, but there just wasn't enough room the way that bumper's made. That bumper goes from the center and goes down. I know. I had a heck of a job getting that thing straightened out. But let's put a little thought into this, and we got to make us some cool filler panels. Grab some cardboard, start making some templates. Alright, I got both of these cut out. Here's the other side. Yeah, I know, weird looking piece, but hey, it fits really good. Hopefully y'all can see okay. I've got this one sitting in there. And what I'm going to do, I'll weld that along that edge right there and get a little weld on the inside there. Then, take this little filler piece that I made. I'll make one for the other side here in a minute. And that will just go in there like so. And weld up. And that will be an outstanding apron for the bumper. Yeah, I think that'll work out okay. Alright guys, I got both of these made and welded in good. And that right there, that fits pretty well. Get you a little bit of a closer look here. Yeah, that didn't turn out too bad at all, did it? Of course, a little bit of body work and grinding, but hey, it worked and it looks well. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is get some type of grill in this thing. Keep in mind that the hood opens and this goes down. So I've got something in mind. Hopefully it's going to work. I've been trying to brainstorm a grill for this thing for the last several hours. But first thing I'm going to do is take me a piece of metal and cut it out and bend it where it fit in here, go flat, straight across, and then straight up. Of course, keeping this line here where it go under the bumper. That will encase all of that. I'm really not worried about airflow because it's just going to be two sides and a bottom, no top. The airflow just fine. It'll go under here just fine. Radiator and the condenser is going to get plenty of airflow, so no problems there. But starting to run low on steel. All I've got is a big piece of stainless left, so I'm not going to take up a ton of camera time making y'all watch me deal with a piece of stainless steel. But let me go ahead and get it cut out and get it bent and get it fitted in there, and then we'll go on to our idea for our actual grill that we're going to have to custom make. Well, I finally got that piece made, and it is in there as you can see. So, I'm very happy with that. Now under here, I have got a piece of a C-channel welded to this. Later on I can put some screws in there and get that sitting nice and flat. But for now, this will get us where we need to be. Now let's think about making a cool grill. Here's what I have in mind. Making a nice little bar grill. This is some stainless trim from the car. These are pieces that were already messed up, and I mean, I'm not going to use them, but the good pieces I set to the side so maybe somebody else could use them. But as you can see, it's just a little piece of stainless. And what I've done is just put a little bend in the center on these two here, and that fits fine. But the problem is this top here, because that hood opens up and it's going to hit. And I could put it way out like this here, but I think that would look stupid. We're going to have to come up with some ingenious way to make that work. But right now I'm going to drop it, raise the hood, and make sure it's not hitting this one right here. So if these two look good, then I'll come up with an idea to make that third one right there. Well, I've got the two lowers installed. They look pretty good. I just welded them on the bottom. I can grind them and clean them up. That's no problem. We're going to pop the headlights back in so that I would get the, a look and see what's going on. That looks pretty wild. I just put two up here, two shorties. Because, this is what I'm thinking. Once the car is on the ground, which now it's probably 4 to 5 inches higher than what it normally be once it's sitting down. And I think I'm going to lower this suspension too. Even if I was to go through the trouble of making a bar across here, you'll never see it anyway. So, I think the little 2-bar setup looks good. Once everything's painted and stuff, I think that'll work out great. Alright, well, let's move on to the next part of it. Alright, after sleeping on it the night or two, I decided that I'm tired of working on that front end. We got it pretty much all done. Everything we lack is in cutout spots. And I'm not real sure what I'm going to do there. I thought about just making a piece of metal to fill them, like by putting lights in. But, I don't know. If y'all get any good suggestions, throw them down in the comments. But what I was thinking is I need to try to get to a point where I can see if this thing's going to start. We still don't know if this motor runs. If it does run, does it knock, does it smoke, whatever. We're going to need to know if the transmission pulls in. So, first things first, I'm going to throw a real quick exhaust on it, just enough to get it started up and running. Let me show you what I'm up to there. Alright, when I say quick and cheap, I mean quick and cheap. I went out to my scrap bin and grabbed this got a flow junker there with some turn downs. A 2.5 inch single pipe. What I'm going to do is go right up here and cut this. Then I will put in, hopefully y'all see that okay, this Y section. Then I'll run me a pipe from here into that Y section and the same here. We're not even going to hook up the rear O2s. We got the front O2s hooked up in our front pipes, and that's good enough to make it run. The rears will not make a big difference. And there we go. I got a hanger back here. I ran up through here. Camera focus. Welded that Y in. Put me 2 quick pipes up there. I know that one's hanging real low, but it doesn't matter. This is just a quickie test system. Just see if things going to run and what have you. When it's actually done, we'll put a nice system on it. But this will get it by for now. Now what I'm doing is just some of the smaller stuff. I've got this wiring harness here. That goes to the tail lights, blinkers, the electric part for the trunk. We have this module over here. It has to be bolted up because it has to be grounded. A little 10mm there to take care of that. Get it out from tangled up in that wiring harness there. This right here is your rollover for your fuel pump. And it was up. Oh, maybe that's why I wouldn't start to begin with. Who knows? Anyway, it sits straight. We'll get a proper bolt and stuff for that later. But it'll sit right there and be just fine. But during an impact or what have you, just see how it comes back out. And that's what it's supposed to do. It shuts the fuel pump off. Alright. Got that mounted up good enough. No open wires nowhere. I found these in one of the tail lights. I don't know. Okay. LED bulbs for the tail lights. That'd be interesting. Why don't I check them out? I've got some regular bulbs in there right now. But I just want to see, once we get the wiring harness in and everything, get a good hot battery in her, if all the electrical works. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going through, plugging up this, that, and other thing, and checking, make sure I get all my grounds on and what have you there. Now I'm going to come up here, and I have this harness. This is the one that was left in the car, but did not take out. I done took out a bunch of junk wire. Pulled all this out of it, throwed it away. There's some stereo crap and some lights that somebody had hooked up in the blue Mustang. But now we're going to run, this here goes through the firewall. What we're going to have to see, we'll probably have to extend this plug and run it back through somewhere. That is for our windshield wiper motor. But the rest of this goes through the firewall. We'll go ahead and see if I can get it through that hole. Where did it go? Oh Lord, it's way up there. Let's see what I'm hanging up on. Yep, this is the fun part, guys. Got that harness pulled through. That was 4 plugs on that one that comes through. One goes to the master cylinder. Like I say, the other one will have to be rerouted and probably extended to get to the windshield wiper motor. Then 2 go down through the bottom here and hook up down here in the fender well. Alright, let's dig the rest of these. Alright, we still got the main harness which is sitting on top of the roof. But what I was figuring is I'll go ahead and try to get some of this knocked out, which I think would probably be our best bet. That way we're getting everything a little bit at a time and we can know where it goes. And it's been so long since I took it all apart that I'm going to have trouble remembering where everything goes, that's for sure. I'm betting that majority of this stuff actually plugs into this other harness. As you can see, this monster spool of spaghetti that we got right here, with some wires I'm just not sure of. I'm going to leave this hanging. This right here is for the headlights. You see we got a bar, who knows, yeah right, and some other going-ons there that ain't looking too cool. I think the best thing to do, first of all, is go through this wiring harness and check it real close and see if we got any bad issues. All of this we're going to just leave hanging down where we can plug up everything and whatnot and just see what works and what doesn't work. Yeah, we're going to have some troubles with the lights, I can tell that. But the rest of it, I don't know. Let me smoke it over right quick. We'll see what we got. All right, let's dig into it, guys. Yeah, I got me a light in here too, so now I can see what I'm doing. All right. All of this harness has to go back behind this heater box assembly that I made. That's where my problem is. So, let's, yeah, right. I don't want to have to take that heater box back out, that's for sure. So let's see if we can get this where it needs to be. Now we can get to some stuff. Had to drop a steering column down again. Take that heater box assembly out, which I really didn't want to. But one of the things, yeah, I had to take this cable off. The cable runs down to the shifter. You're not supposed to be able to take it out apart without the key on. And we can hook it back up, it's easy. But now, we've got this big monster harness here. And it's got to go up and over all that stuff, I do believe. So let's just see what we can do with it. I think that will work the way I got that routed like that, and the heater box will still fit in. I'm trying to find this plug for this box right there. That's for the airbags. I don't see the thing. Well, it'll pop up once I get all this stuff unstrode and run around where it needs to be. Gotta be 150% sure you get these grounds. Man, that thing's tight. And it's going to go back tight also. See if I can zap her off of there. Where's an extension when you need one? Yeah, there we go. Mucho better. Alright, and as you see, we got two ground wires here. Yes, it's okay to put them together. If I'm not mistaken, that's the way they were originally. Now that's grounded good. Alright, now the rest of this harness comes over here. Let's see if we can find some places for all this to plug up. appears that I have most of the harness hooked up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up the battery. We're just going to do a little testing, see if we got any lights, blinkers, you know, and things like that. And we're also going to test on that light switch to see what's going on with it. So keep your fingers crossed, no electrical fires. Let's hook it up. See, no problem with the battery charger. Not a good way to start off, is it? All right, I think the battery's got about 10 volts in it. That should light up some lights and do something. All right, I got a blinker blinking over here. This one is not. I think I know why. It's this right here. I think they have this run into the light switch. No, it had a fuse in it. It probably worked. We can see at least I thought I seen. Yeah, full ways are working. Must hit down when I was putting on the steering column. Alright, well that's always a good sign. There's parking lights. We have none. No parking lights whatsoever. Come on, let's see if we have any headlights. Alright, the battery is very low. Alright, headlights work, so we need parking lights and blinker on this side. Let's see if we got any blinkers by the switch. Let's see if we got any brake lights. Yes, we got brake lights. We have brake lights, we have no blinkers. I did notice that the electric fan was running. I don't think that wiring's rigged up. But guys, a lot of times, especially on computer controlled cars, if you don't have a good hot battery, stuff's just not going to work right. Let me see what's up with the battery charger. We'll get a good charge on this and then we'll keep on going. But good news, no electrical fire. Nothing sparked, nothing popped, nothing went crazy, so at least we got that. Well guys, I think I'm going to call it this week. I know we didn't get a ton done, but we got some stuff done. Battery charger, it's done. I'm not going to take it apart and fool with it. I've had that thing 12 plus years. Hey, it didn't last. So I'm going to look around this weekend and whatnot and try to find another battery charger that I can afford. Well, like I say, look for next week and hopefully we'll get a lot more done. I'm really dying to get this thing started up and hear it run and see if the transmission works and so on and so forth like that. But until then, y'all, if you would, throw me down some comments. Any questions about the car or anything, I'm happy to answer. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, I hope that everyone has a fantastic day.